Right now, Bill Misiewicz, who we have visited with many, many times, but Marcus Steen also joining us. We're going to talk a little bit about murals as well as the Synergy program. Bill, I'll let you lead us here.
Okay, so the Synergy program is now in its fourth year, and last year, about maybe a year and a half ago, we started on programs of looking at bringing art into the town, and so one of the concepts was doing murals, and we had put one in already, and now this year we're going to be funding and supervising one of the ones over at the ballpark. However, we have two more, and I'm going to let Marcus talk about those. And the first one is over at the ballpark, and Marcus, why don't you take it from here? Tell them how we got into it and everything.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the year, we kind of hopped into Synergy as the program, and coming in, we've had, four newbies, you would say, first years.
Rookies.
With one coming back, returning from last year, and so we were all kind of new to this, and so hopping in, we started off by just, finding an area to really put a mural, because, I've known people that have done Synergy past years, and when they started putting up murals, it was a big thing. So I really wanted to take it over and kind of drive with it. So we got approached by Matt Brook through the city and Ted Torno at the ballpark, and it was August, early September. We went down there and kind of scoped the ballpark and looked around, and we really enjoyed the canvas as a whole, just how big of an area we had to just kind of play around with. And we found a spot, and then came the artist search, and it was a big pool of just different artists within the local area, and even a 2-hour span of just having people that could come down to Clinton and just put their skills on this painting. And we got in contact with somebody through a connection through actually Bill Misiewicz and his son Mark Misiewicz, Cameron Rabb, who was a graduate of CHS in '07, and we really enjoyed his art and his style, and we thought it'd be perfect to bring to Clinton, kind of change up the style a little more, and it was kind of perfect, It kind of fell into our lap. And
so the mural is a futuristic look at the ballpark and baseball in Clinton. What is it, in 13 years we'll have 100 years of baseball?
Yeah, so it was in a span of 13 to 16 years that we will reach the 100-year mark for baseball here in Clinton, and that's a long time. 100 years, a lot can happen, and so you think back 100 years, well, why do we keep going backwards? Why not start going forwards? Because in that short span of time, we'll be in the future, if you'd say it that way. So
and so it's going to be on the north wall of the concessions, facing into the parking lot, and it's roughly, I think, 10 feet tall and 65 feet long.
Yeah, so it's about 10 and a half feet tall, 65 feet wide.
And we wanted to. Cameron was extremely excited to come back, give something back to his hometown. He's coming in, I believe, tomorrow, and my son's coming in today, and I think my son's just going to help him outline the stuff, and where Cameron is going to dictate where, how, when, because it's very intricate. And Cameron will be here, I think, all the way until Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we're going to have a grand reveal. Knock on wood, weather permitting. It looks like we could get it done, and that's going to be from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock over at the ballpark. There are going to be 2 other murals being worked on within the next week or so. We're trying to get everything ready for the
tailgates and tall boys.
Yeah, tailgates and tall boys. And so when the people come in, they'll have these murals in the downtown region, because one's down at the pump station.
The pump house,
yeah. And so, it's a pretty exciting time for us, and we're looking forward to seeing Cameron come back and work on the mural.
Having never really done anything creative as far as painting goes, basically it's just, like fences and walls and things like that with just one color.
No landscapes.
With just one color. So this seems like to me like a pretty short timetable to get this all done.
Well, my understanding is that he's a lot of artists do projection. They'll project at night, and that's when they'll be outlining, and then during the day when they can, they'll start filling in with the paint. And there's only something like 4 or 5 colors in the whole thing.
Yeah, so you'd say it's okay, only 4 or 5 colors, it's not that colorful, but really when you put it all together, it's something, of pure amazement when you look at it, just because of how, I would say, different it is compared to other murals that you would see either around town or just in general. But yeah, he said, like Mr. Misiewicz said, he's coming in tomorrow and be done by Tuesday. That's, like you said, it's a very short amount of time, but Cameron said he'd be able to work really day and night to kind of get it done.
Right.
He said it would take him no longer than 5 days. So
Amazing.
That's why
that
we've
is
got
amazing.
him in this time period right now. So
Some of the work these people can do in such a short amount of time is just, to me, it's
amazing.
Yeah, it really is amazing.
Well, I appreciate you both coming in today. Again, the time, place, and you want the public to be there, right, Bill?
Sure. It's going to be this coming up next week, Wednesday on the 17th, from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, the grand reveal. We're not putting anything out on social media so people can see it. We want them to come on down and really see it. And there's going to be some light refreshments, I think some popcorn, and some soda pop. And I think Cameron's going to say a couple words and kind of go from there. I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
And finally, Marcus, what have you taken from the Synergy program?
So what I've personally taken from the Synergy program is, a lot of, I've gotten a lot of connections through the city, and, me being a big Clinton guy and, really loving my hometown, it's more being able to help the town in a way, is that, it just really gives me better communication skills, better connections through the city, just being able to, have those conversations with higher up power when it comes to wanting to better the town as a whole and do different projects to kind of, I would say, bring a futuristic feel, kind of with the mural being a futuristic mural. Just, really being able to help the town is just...
Well, we're going to have the mayor in here in about 20 minutes, so maybe we'll see you as mayor here someday. How'd that sound? Bill, Marcus, thank you both for coming in today.
Thank you.
How can you thank your mom for always being